Hey there, precious meddlers. Liberty Bleed Silver here. Got you out in the western Vegas desert, out here by the Rainbow Mountains. Yeah, beautiful out here. It's a little bit windy. I got behind well, this little bluff here. I'm down in a wash, but the wind just started to pick up again. Hope you guys can hear well. Hey, that's Blue Collar Stacker that just rolled in. What's up, dude? 3 lives in 1 day. Yeah, not quite the record, but yeah, we're we're not really working on the record. We're just out here. Took a lunch break. Got a client that lives right. Can't really see it, but that's Calico Springs. Yeah, you barely see some of the houses. Yeah, that's really cool community. Been there for. Whew. Remember my dad and I, my dad put me on the gas tank of his motorcycle and we rode out here and visited some of his hippie friends up here. I don't know what the purpose was. The purpose was other than to get out, and my Wi-Fi is not working too good. Not Wi-Fi, my signal. I'm way out here. But yeah, he had some hippie friends out here. That was like back in 1975. And I've got clients out here now. But I thought I'd just take a quick lunch break, shoot over here down on the wash and kind of show you guys what it looks like. Yeah, Littlefoot was saying that he doesn't like seeing all the city, so I thought maybe he might catch us later. I'll tag him in the description, and maybe he can watch it and see some of our desert landscape instead of all the hotels and flashy casino lights. So yeah, there's a 360-degree view from where I'm standing right here. And yeah, that's what happens to yuccas when they die. Let me zoom out. Yeah, let's walk up here just a little bit more. Hopefully the wind won't, let me show you the ground here a little bit. Oh, I want to show you this. This is caliche. And caliche, well, it's like the desert's concrete. It's like an aggregate. I mean, it's literally just a bunch of rocks. Like, I think it's metamorphic, right? Where all the rocks, and there's even a lichen, it's like a moss. It's black, but it's still alive. It actually, when it rains, it gets kind of a greenish color. If it's a lot of rain, lichen on the rocks. And yeah, a lot of dead, shriveled up stuff. But that caliche, like there's the cliff edge right there. That's all caliche. And it creates like a false bedrock. See this here? Like in the wash. We're down in the wash. So that gold can actually pile up on top of the caliche because it is like a hard surface, a false bedrock. And yeah, it just falls off in chunks. It's across the entire valley. I built a chiropractic office and they wanted a basement in it. And we had to dig through the caliche. And then we had to get down to native soil again under the caliche. And this shit is sharp. Oh my God. Like can you see how sharp that is? If I was to, well, there. You see that? It's crazy sharp. So you don't want to run into this when you're on your motorcycle or your dune buggy out here. But yeah, we had to dig through the caliche and then backfill with native soil, compact it, and then we built our basement and then our chiropractic office on top of that. But they use this stuff to, they use it for like to make retaining walls because it's just like giant chunks of concrete, basically. And it works really good for privacy walls, retaining walls, windbreaks, all that kind of stuff. Not real tall, but you know, yeah. Anyways, so I thought I'd show you about that. And this is also a shout out and a mention to Minty Cactus, a really great lady here on YouTube. She's a creator. Oh, look at that yucca. Yeah, Minty Cactus. Speaking of cactuses, there's a yucca for you. Minty Cactus lives in, that's not the one. It's over there. She lives down on the Arizona way, standing up there on the ridge. Looks like a dude with his arms to the side, hands on his waist or something. But no, that's a yucca. And Minty Cactus is awesome. Such a sweet lady. She's so passionate about flora and fauna and geology. And yeah, great channel. Check her out. She and I both go live a lot of times very early in the morning. She walks around in the desert out there. She lives in the Sonoran Desert, which is way prettier than the Mojave here. Yeah, the Mojave's pretty bleak and stark, except for these mountains and these red rocks. Look at these. Let's zoom in on this. I'll show you look at this old can. Damn, those are way old. If you find like tons of cans, like piles of these, you're probably in a mining area. I doubt these are mining. Well, they look pretty old, but there's not like a shit ton of them. But yeah, that's way old. Of course, there's bullet holes in everything out here. Um, but yeah, if you see like a big pile of those, there could be a mine very close to you, because they just threw all their tin cans in a pile. That was their trash heap, and they had all canned food. The miners ate canned food and powdered eggs and yeah, all that kind of stuff. Didn't have anything really fresh. So if you ever see rusted cans, a whole big pile, go look around. There could be a mine, there could be tailings, the excess they pull out of the holes. But be careful going into mines out in the desert. Some of them have, just straight chutes that just go straight down. If you don't have good lighting and ropes, and if you're not smart, you could easily die. Yeah, we have like PSAs, public service announcements. They show like skeletons. Skeletons are going, come into the mine, standing in front of the mine, like, stay out, they stay out of mines. Unless you really know what you're doing and you're really brave and you don't mind maybe dying. Be careful out there. I don't condone it. I've gone into a few of them, but I don't go very deep. Yeah, I get scared. It's scary in mines, man. Are you kidding me? We got Mr. and Mrs. West Texas in the house. We got Cygnus Dent, otherwise known as Avocado Stacker. Yeah, he's stacking avocados. What are you doing? I'm out here showing you the desert, dude. That's what I'm doing. Look at that. We got yuccas. We got caliche bluffs. We got the wind blowing. We got Rainbow Mountains right there. Oh, there's a place up there called Cold Creek. Constantly running ice cold water. Oh, I love it up there. I should take you guys out there. We got the beginnings of Red Rock Canyon right there. That's Calico Springs, little tiny little community. There's probably about 50 houses over there. And Mount Potosi back over there. All kinds of cool stuff. And then that's like the very western edge of the houses. Those are tract homes over there. But they're like $1 million plus tract homes, like very expensive cookie cutter houses. Yeah, and that's very far west, which they have a beautiful view of the entire valley. And we're down in a little wash here, if you guys can see this. Yeah, so I'm out here showing you guys around a little bit and giving a big shout out to Minty Cactus. I kind of ran over her live stream. She goes out and walks pretty much quite a few times a week. And I was driving home talking about Aussie Osborne. Rest in peace, my buddy, my good metal friend, Aussie Osborne, all of our metal friends. Miss him already. Great dude. Yeah, really inspired many generations, or a few generations, let's say. I'm pretty darn sure. Well, yeah, I thought I'd just take you guys out here. You could find some old buried wise guys out there. Oh, you for sure you could. Yeah, man, I think, I don't want to say too much, but last time Blue Collar came out here, we had somebody give us some trouble, and that's all I want to say. Yeah, Blue Collar, he's like a total wise guy, bro. He's a total wise guy. Brit Gun Defense, how's it going, man? Did you put these holes in it? Yeah, Brit Gun probably, yeah, you shot those up, didn't you, man? Yeah, 30-06 ripping through there. Fuck yeah, you did. All right, well, let's get back to the trail over here. We'll walk and talk a little bit. Hopefully the wind. Oh, look at this. Okay, you see this plant? I believe they call this the bugle. I think, yeah, they call this the bugle. I believe it's bugle. And I remember these from being a kid walking out in the desert. And when they're fresh, when they're green, and they're usually like bright green after it rains, like a week later, they pop up, and you can pop these. Of course, they're hard now, so they don't pop. But yeah, you can actually get a popping sound, and poof, like that. And here's the thing about these. You're like, who cares? It's a little plant. This plant grows where gold sits. Not always, of course. But if you see a lot of these out in the desert, start digging, do some samples, pan a little bit in that area. Of course, like maybe on some bedrock, anyways, this is a sign of gold. Here's one that's still a little bit green. Oh, yeah, it's springy, but it's not popping. But yeah, those plants, those bugles, I think they're desert bugles. I don't know, I can't remember the name. But been walking around out here in the desert since I was a kid. Didn't even know that. I've actually seen, when I was a kid on my motorcycle, like outcroppings of quartz. like red stained, iron stained quartz, like huge freaking outcroppings. If you see a giant outcropping of quartz that's stained red with from iron, most likely that's a gold vein. There will be gold there. There will be gold there. And I didn't know that as a kid, or I would have been digging all over this freaking place. But now that I know some of the stuff, you know, learned a lot of shit watching on YouTube, of course, watching Jeff Williams. Yeah, you're gonna get wet. Yeah, Jeff Williams, you guys know that obnoxious dude that everybody loves to hate and hates to love. Nah, he's awesome. I love Jeff Williams. I'd actually like to maybe do a collaboration, go hang out with Jeff. That would be fucking cool as shit. Hell yeah. Yeah, he definitely inspired me to get out in the desert here and to learn about how to find gold in the Southwest. So yeah, check out Jeff Williams' channel. Check out Minty Cactus's channel. Check out my channel, please. And I left my drink around here somewhere. Just got a refill, a sip club from Panera. That's a deer. The deer eat that stuff. Yeah, we actually have deer. We have mule deer out here in the desert. We also have, you know, they live more in the mountains where there's a little more water and springs and all that kind of stuff. We have burros. Like, I'm surprised we don't see burro tracks just like right here, because there's donkeys all over, desert burros. Yeah, they'll come right up to your car. They'll come walk right up to you if you're out hiking. They want water. They want apples. You know, they're hungry and tired and hot. And man, they've got some large. Oh my God, there was a burro on the highway. If you take that, I don't know if you see the cars over there. There's a car going by right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. If you take that around, it goes all the way to Blue Diamond, all the way around Rainbow Mountains. And I was about 10 miles that way, and there was a donkey, a burro, standing on the street. And I'm slowing down because I don't want to run it over. I'm slowing down, I'm stopping. He's not moving, so I stop. But as I'm coming up to this burro, the closer I'm getting, I'm looking at this thing. I'm looking at this burro on the road, and it's got 5 legs. It had 5 legs. I'm like, what the fuck? How does a burro have 5 legs? Wasn't a leg. The 5th thing was his penis. His penis was almost touching the freaking pavement. I was like, what the frig, dude? He had a hard on. He had a hard on for being in the middle of the road. It blew my mind. So I had to completely stop, honk the horn, beep, 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 get out of the way, bro. I don't want to run you over. And yeah, he walked off with this hard on, and my mind was blown. Holy shit. I'm not kidding. The thing was like 24 inches freaking long. It's like, what the fuck? Anyways, there's my drink. Sun moved. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, so we got desert burros. We have bighorn sheep out in like Henderson Way, out by Lake Mead. I used to eat desert tortoises. There's a hole under there, like something living under there. You know, all kinds of just like desert squirrels, scorpions, tarantulas. I was actually out there a couple of years ago, and I filmed a tarantula just come walking right up to the parking lot area on the gravel. I lost that video when I lost my channel. But yeah, I was like, literally like 4 inches away with my phone. Tarantula. Just, yeah, he was having a good old time. He was showing off. It was freaking cool. So we do have a lot of wildlife out in the desert, all kinds of birds, desert hawks. I actually did a video. I didn't realize that desert hawks actually hunt. They hunt in groups sometimes, not all the time, but they do, to flesh out animals. And I saw like 7 of them. Did a video on that, only 74 views, whatever. But when I see something cool or interesting, I don't really care if anybody watches. It's more like a diary for me. And yeah, I do try to show everybody what it's like out here. Oh, here's a weird rock. Look at this. Kind of like a boulder with a little bit of that caliche kind of starting to stick to it. Look at that. Look at that rock. So you think, oh, that's going to fall right off. Oh, no, man, that rock. Oh, there. Okay, I broke it off there. But they don't just fall off. They're concreted in. Yeah, and look at that. Look how sharp that is. And see how the rocks are just like, it's almost like somebody threw a whole bunch of rocks inside molten lava, and then you get this stuff. Yeah, it's kind of wild. The desert's concrete, that's what I call it. All right, well, let's see what's going on here before we get out in the wind. And yeah, I don't know if you guys tried this. It's a basil strawberry lemonade from, yeah, I'm not getting paid by these guys. I do have the Sip Club. Pay like 12 bucks a month and you can have all the drinks you want as long as you wait 2 hours in between your drinks, Phillips. But yeah, the strawberry basil is really tasty. Hey, look at this. See, it looks like that's just gonna fall off, right? No. Yeah, I mean, it's cracking, but it's concrete. Oh, look at those stripes in that. That almost looks like quartz in there. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. And the roots, look at these roots just growing. They're probably what's cracking it is the roots. Pretty wild. There's another root coming right out of it. Yeah, very interesting. Whew, I don't want to fall. Yeah, I'm out here alone. I don't want to fall and break a leg and have an airlift for life, flight for life out here after me. Yeah, look how sharp that is, man. Crazy, right? All right, I'm gonna get here in the shade for just a minute. Take a breather. All right, I'm in the shade. Yeah. All right, look at the Rainbow Mountains, and I'm gonna look at you. We've got Mr. and Mrs. West Texas saying beautiful. Yeah, it is. The desert definitely has its own beauty. That's for sure. Absolutely. I like the trees, the lakes, the rivers, waterfalls, the forest, much more than the desert. But that's probably just because I've lived here most of my life. So I want something different. And yeah, but it is fun. Like to ride quads and dirt bikes and hike. When I was a kid, oh my God, I hiked 15 miles and it, you know, all up in one day, you know, 7.5 up, 7.5 back. Do it all the time, you know, 10, 11 years old. And that's all we really had to do was check out the desert, look for horny toads and lizards, and yeah, bring our wrist rockets, you know. Heck yeah, a little hunting, a little desert hunting. Jake Hudson, hello, how's it going, Jake? Doing pretty good, man, thank you. Hope you're doing well also. Yeah, Deneen, what's going on? So funny when Deneen says hi to Dennis. Dennis must be here because my name's Dennis, and when I see that, I think she's talking to me, but nope, I'll bet you. Oh, there he is, right above her. Hi, Deneen. Good to see you, Dennis. We've got FG Stacker. Hey, Nemos. Oh, Nemos is back. Right on. Nemos, Numismatics. Just watched your press penny vid. My wife and daughter always seek those machines out. Oh, okay. Man, there's a few places around town. I actually went to one of my favorite souvenir stores, and it's kind of a crappy penny machine, but it's a penny machine. Anyways, you can look online. Penny, what do they call them? Penny vending, what do they call those penny machines? They squish the pennies. And it puts, you know, like whatever, they usually have a choice, you know, you turn the knob, 4 different choices. And you can go online and they will show you every single place that has a penny machine in there, and there'll be red lines through some of them because those are old clients that they no longer have it, but the ones that don't have a red line shows you where there are penny machines, so you could like type in your city, your zip code, whatever, and you can find them near you. And I'm going to be hunting these places down. I already found that one, but I was with my family. I didn't want to stop and film a video for you guys. They're fucking waiting on me, looking over my shoulder. So I was like, nah, I'll come back because it's really close. I pass it all the time, but I'm glad I found it. It's actually on Tupac's Assassination Corner. It's directly across from, what is that? Where I got the Goldbacks at. I can't think of the name of the place. It's a little gas station convenience store. It's seriously diagonally straight across. It's Las Vegas Souvenirs. And I'm going to be back. And you guys are going to be watching me do a penny. I love those penny machines. They're freaking awesome. Hell yeah. They're great. Actually, Dennis DeMenace sent me one of those all the way from the Netherlands. Wait, no, he lives in the Netherlands. But this was from, and this is the Netherlands too. Oh God, it was where they grow all the poppies. Oh, what is that name of that country? Please type it in for me, Dennis DeMenace. He sent me a press penny because he saw that I'd done other videos. Whenever I go on vacation, anywhere I see a press penny machine, it's like, yep. I got my quarters, there's my penny. I like chick, crank. Hell yeah, man. I love those things. What a great souvenir. Excellent. I've even seen quarter ones. Yep, they have quarter ones now. So yeah, that's so cool. Right on. Glad you guys are enjoying that. Let's get a nice perspective here. Look at that. Little composition, little contrast, little shadow, little dark, little light. Heck yeah. He likes me. Who likes you, Cygnus? Jax. Wild asses. Wild asses, that's for sure, man. They are. We got them out here. Maybe on the way back we might see some. Who knows? I'm surprised. I was kind of thinking I might see. I get lucky like that. I see some wildlife, but not so far. Nothing except me and my Panera Sip Club drink. If you say he's a bit obnoxious sometimes. Oh, that's probably Jeff Williams he's talking about. Yeah, I like him though. He's cool. You know what? If you want to get people to remember you, you've got to kind of be boisterous. You know, he doesn't do it all the time. You know, he's a geologist. He's a prospector. He actually owns his own gold mine. He's got crazy worms under the caliche, under this stuff. They dug up. I don't know if you guys seen the videos where Jeff is down in his mine that he and his wife bought, and they work it. And they're freaking. I would love to go to that mine, but he probably doesn't want anybody to know where it is. Anyways, they found worms under the caliche, giant, like prehistoric worms that nobody knows about. I just watched Flash in the Pan. I don't know if you guys ever watch Flash in the Pan or know about Flash in the Pan. He's another awesome prospector gold panning channel. And he had Jeff Williams on, and I watched that episode. It was a long time ago, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. He was talking about his worms, and they're like, well, why don't you figure out what these things are? And he's like, man, I don't really want to tell the government, like, what are these, get scientists out there and they find out it's some rare species and they shut down his mine. He's like, screw that. I totally agree, man. He's not hurting the worms. He's not hurting them. But if he does divulge, and he's already talked about it on YouTube, so I mean, if somebody want to go look, figure it out. But who knows? Maybe they're very common. Anyways, these worms give Jeff Williams nightmares. Yeah, seriously. They come up out of the ground, and it's like Dune or something. Like they're looking for the spice. I put it in the comments when I was watching that video. I was like, maybe these worms eat caliche and shit gold. Oh crap. Anyways, yeah, Jeff Williams, cool. He's way cool. All right, let's get back down to the bottom here. Nemo says, FG Stacker, yeah, my kids love them. Have to admit, I love them too. They are awesome, man. Freaking press pennies. That's it. You guys said that. I just forgot it. We got OC in the house. Heck yeah. Hey, didn't need to be Taylor. Oh, B. Taylor's here. Miss West Texas. Dennis the Menace. Right on, guys. Thanks for coming on in. Heck yeah. Trying to get some watch hours up here. Good to see you, B. Taylor. Heck yeah, there he is. Dennis the Menace, Jake Hudson. All right, Janine. I've got a few. It looks like 10 people are here, 9 likes. Maybe we could get one more like just to even it out. I don't know. Yeah. All right, well, let's get back. Maybe we'll see some jackasses, right, West Texas? Oh, and Blue Collar was here, too. He's way up at the top, I think. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yeah, I love those Rainbow Mountains. I've actually taken a motorcycle, not on the Rainbow Mountains, those are the colored ones, but behind Red Rock, my buddy Rick Johnson and I worked with him at Caesar's Palace in a really fine gourmet restaurant. And then years later, he started his own construction company. I went to work for him. But we went out motorcycle riding. We went up through Red Rock Canyon, behind that, all the way behind those mountains, like in between all those peaks right there, and came back down the other side. There was literally drop-offs, like 8-10 foot drop-offs that we had to like walk our bikes down. It was crazy. Motorbikes, dirt bikes, yeah. We had a great time. But done a lot of exploring out here. I really do enjoy living in the desert, except for the heat. But like I said, there is a certain beauty to it. Absolutely. I hope you guys enjoyed our little walk out here today. And I'm going to definitely tag Minty Cactus and Littlefoot, because I know he wanted to see some of our countryside here, or desert side, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. Peace out, y'all. Let's get up here on the top of the ridge. Climb right up here. Hey, look at it. It's just like, it's like concrete, man. Like you threw a bunch of rocks in concrete. It's hard. Hard. And sharp. All right, any burrows? Let's scan. See if there's any Indians on the ridge. That's actually Potato Ridge. Right there, there's gypsum mines right around the corner of that ridge, where you hear it boom, and you see like big white puffs of smoke. They're mining gypsum. But if you know what gypsum is, it's we make sheetrock out of, and lots of other things too, but mostly sheetrock. But there's a joke. Like remember back in the old days or the movies where you would see like the Indians. They were like right up on the edge of the ridge, and they'd look out. And what's the joke? I don't want to mess it up here. uh, I can't even really remember it exactly, but those Indians, they get up there on the ridge and they kind of peer out, put their hand up, shade their eyes. And what kind of Indians are they? We're the Fakawis. What are they doing? They're looking like, where the fuck are we? Where the fuck are we? All right, dumb dad joke. Anyways, yeah, the Fakawis. Yeah, the Fakawis often come over this ridge. They don't know where they are. That's why they're always looking and shading their eyes, like, where the fuck are we? All right, enough of that. I don't see any burros off in the distance. Vegas is just on the other side of that. Oh, there's a bird. A few birds. Oh, we do have quail out here. Yeah, desert quail. Yeah, a lot of desert quail. Oh, we have roadrunners, of course. Yeah, roadrunners are pretty good size. They're probably, from tail to beak, probably a good 20 inches, 24 inches, to a couple feet. They stand about half as tall as that bush. Probably like right about there. They're pretty big birds, and they jet. The cartoon does not lie. Roadrunners are fast, way fast, but they don't do that beep 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 beep. They don't make that noise, and I'm not good at imitations, but I try. Yeah, so there's the highway. You guys see that truck probably rolling through over there somewhere. Oh, now there's a better view of Calico Springs. And there's a great place to picnic up there. There's water. That's why they call it springs. And actually, I did some videos where I walked out on these rocks. My family, we took my son's girlfriend visit us from Canada. And we took her there and we all did hiking. It was great. Did some cool videos. I brought some silver and I put it on the red rocks. It was beautiful. Yeah. And there's the wash. Used to ride my motorcycle all the way up this wash, all the way up to Icebox Canyon around there, and just beautiful rides. Nowadays, 80, and nowadays they don't let you ride too much. It looks like turn on battery saver or extreme battery. No, I can't. The car is not too far away. You can probably see it glinting over there. But that means I'm about out of battery, so I need to charge up. I appreciate you guys for being here. We got 11 people, 11 likes. It's an angel number twice. Love that. Let's do one last scan for burros. See any of them anywhere, you guys? I'm gonna zoom in. Wait, come on, zoom. Oh, I guess the battery's low, so it's not letting me zoom. Whatever. Yeah, I don't see anything moving out there at all. Let's take one last peek at the Rainbow Mountains and Red Rock. And then I'm gonna send you guys on your way. Thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate y'all being here, taking the time out of your day to watch my nonsense. And yeah, have a great one, you guys. Stay safe, stay shiny, hang loose. Peace out. We'll see y'all soon. Later. Ciao. If I can turn this off. I can't even see it, so freaking bright. I'm gonna spill my drink. Damn, I need a haircut. Look at that shit, you guys. All right, 28 minutes. That was good. 14 likes. Look at you guys rock. And this won't shut off. So I'm just gonna basically have to close the app. All right, man. Take care, y'all. Peace out. Later.